76-year-old Atiku Abubakar G.C.O.N., born November 25, 1946, is a Nigerian politician and businessman who served as the country's vice president from 1999 to 2007 during Olusegun Obasanjo's presidency. In 1990, 1997, and 1998, he stood for Governor of Adamawa State and was elected, before becoming Olusegun Obasanjo's running mate in the 1999 presidential election and being re-elected in 2003. In the 2007 presidential election, he ran for the Action Congress and finished third behind Umaru Yar'Adua of the PDP and Muhammadu Buhari of the ANPP. During the 2011 presidential election, he ran in the People's Democratic Party presidential primaries, but was defeated by incumbent President Goodluck Jonathan. He joined the All Progressives Congress in 2014, ahead of the 2015 presidential election, and ran for president, losing to Muhammadu Buhari in the primaries. He rejoined the People's Democratic Party in 2017 and ran as the party's presidential candidate in the 2019 election, losing to incumbent President Muhammadu Buhari once more. In May 2022, he was chosen as the People's Democratic Party's presidential candidate in Nigeria's 2023 election. Abubakar is married to 4 wives and has 28 children. Atiku clarifies, "I wanted to add to the Abubakar clan. As a child, I was incredibly lonely. I didn't have a brother or a sister. I didn't want my kids to feel as alone as I did. This is why I married multiple women. My spouses are my sisters, companions, and counselors, and they balance each other out." Atiku Abubakar was born on November 25, 1946, in Jeddah, a village administered by the British Cameroons at the time. The region later joined the Federation of Nigeria in the 1961 British Cameroons referendum. Garba Abubakar, his father, was a Fulani merchant and farmer, and Aisha Kande, his mother. His paternal grandfather, Atiku Abdulkadir, hails from Werno, Sokoto State, and migrated to Kajoli village in Jeddah, Adamawa State. His maternal grandfather, Anua Dutse, migrated to Jeddah, Adamawa State from Dutse, Jigawa State, and he became his parents' only child when his only sister died in infancy. In 1957, his father drowned while crossing a river from Jeddah to Tungo, a nearby town. Atiku Abubakar's father was hostile to Western education and tried to keep him out of the traditional school system. When the authorities learned that Abubakar was not attending mandatory schooling, his father was arrested and imprisoned for a few days until Aisha Kande's mother paid the fee. Abubakar started school at the Jeddah Primary School in Adamawa when he was 8 years old. He was admitted to Adamawa Provincial Secondary School in 1960, alongside 59 other pupils, after finishing his primary school studies. He earned a grade 3 in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination and graduated from secondary school in 1965. Following secondary school, Abubakar attended the Nigeria Police College in Kaduna for a brief while. When he was unable to show an O-level mathematics result, he left the college and worked for a short time as a tax officer in the Regional Ministry of Finance, from where he was admitted to Kano's School of Hygiene in 1966. In 1967, he received his diploma after serving as interim student union president at the institution. On a regional government scholarship, he enrolled in the Ahmadu Bello University Institute of Administration for a law diploma in 1967. During the Nigerian Civil War, he worked for the Nigeria Customs Service after graduating in 1969. Abubakar earned his master's degree in international relations from Anglia Ruskin University in Cambridge, United Kingdom, in 2021. Because her family was initially opposed to the union, he married Titilayo Albert in secret in Lagos in 1971. Fatima, Adamu, Halima, and Aminu are his children from her. He married his second wife, Ladi Yakubu, in 1979. Abba, Atiku, Zainab, Hawa, Maryam, and Ruqayyatu are his 6 children with Ladi. Abubakar later divorced Ladi, allowing him to marry Jennifer Awenjiora Douglas, his 4th wife, the maximum allowed as a Muslim. Princess Ruqayyatu, daughter of Adamawa's Lamido, Aliyu Mustafa, was his 3rd wife, whom he married in 1983. Aisha, Hadiza, Aliyu, named after her late father, Asmau, Mustafa, Layla, and Abdul Salam are her children. He married Fatima Shatima, his 4th wife, in 1986. Amina, Mina, Muhammad, and the twins Ahmed, Shehu, Zainab, Aisha, and Hafsat are among her offspring. Jennifer Douglas announced her divorce from Abubakar in a statement on February 1, 2022. Their relationship ended, she claims, because of conflicts over her ongoing presence in the United Kingdom, as well as other long-standing concerns. Abubakar served in the Nigeria Customs Service for 20 years, climbing through the ranks to become the Deputy Director, the service's 2nd highest post at the time. He left in April 1989 and went into full-time business and politics. During his time as a customs officer, he began working in the real estate industry. He asked for and secured a 31,000 naira loan in 1974 to construct his first house in Yola, which he rented out. He bought another land and built a 2nd house with the rent money. He kept going in this direction, amassing a sizable property portfolio in Yola, Nigeria. He entered agriculture in 1981, purchasing 2,500 hectares of land near Yola to build a maize and cotton farm. The company ran into financial difficulties and folded in 1986. In an April 2014 blog post, he stated, "My first attempt into agriculture, in the 1980s, ended in disaster." He then went into business for himself, purchasing and selling truckloads of rice, wheat, and sugar. While working as a customs officer at the Apapa ports, Abubakar made his most critical business decision. An Italian businessman in Nigeria, Gabriele Volpi, invited him to start Nigeria Container Services, NICOTES, a logistics company that operates in the ports. NICOTES would subsequently become Intel's Nigeria Limited, bringing Abubakar enormous riches. Abubakar is a co-founder of Intel's Nigeria Limited, a company that provides oil services in Nigeria and worldwide. The Adama Beverages Limited, a beverage production plant in Yola, an animal feed factory, and the American University of Nigeria, the first American-style private university to be created in sub-Saharan Africa, are among Atiku's other commercial holdings. In April 1989, he retired and returned to full-time business and politics. Since then, he's been dogged by allegations of conflict of interest stemming from his involvement in business while working as a federal servant with supervisory power. Abubakar, for his part, has justified the decision, claiming that his role was confined to the holding of shares, as allowed by government standards, and that he was not involved in the day-to-day operations of the company. His company, NICOTES, would eventually be renamed Intels and would go on to play a key role in the U.S. government's claims of money laundering leveled against Abubakar during his vice presidency. Abubakar's first excursion into politics was in the early 1980s, when he assisted Bamunga Tukur, the managing director of the Nigerian Ports Authority at the time, with his governorship campaign. He canvassed for votes on Tukur's behalf and contributed to the campaign. He met General Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, who had served as second-in-command Chief of Staff, Supreme Headquarters between 1976 and 1979, near the end of his customs career. Yar'Adua drew Abubakar into the political discussions that were now taking place on a regular basis in Yar'Adua's Lagos home, giving birth to the People's Front of Nigeria, PFN. Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, Baba Gana Kingibay, Bola Tinubu, Sabo Bakin Zuo, Rabi'u Kwankwaso, Abdullahi Aliyu Samaila, and Abubakar Koko were among the PFN's members. In the run-up to the Third Nigerian Republic, Abubakar was chosen national vice-chairman of the People's Front of Nigeria in 1989. Abubakar was elected to the Constituent Assembly in 1989 to represent his constituency in the process of drafting a new constitution for Nigeria. The military government eventually denied the People's Front registration. None of the organizations that applied were, and the PFN merged with the government-created Social Democratic Party, SDP. Abubakar launched his candidacy for Governor of Gongola State on September 1, 1990. The federal government split Gongola State into two states, Adamawa and Taraba, a year later, before the elections could be held. He won the SDP primaries in November 1991 after the contest, but the government quickly barred him from running in the elections. Abubakar ran for president under the Social Democratic Party, SDP, in 1993. After the first ballot in the Jos primaries, Moshood Abiola received 3,617 votes, Baba Gana Kingibay received 3,255 votes, and Abubakar received 2,066 votes. Abubakar and Kingibay discussed teaming together to fight Abiola with a total of 5,231 votes. Umaru Yar'Adua, on the other hand, urged Atiku Abubakar to drop out of the campaign after Abiola promised to make him his running partner. SDP governors later persuaded Abiola to choose Kingibay as his vice-presidential running mate in the presidential election on June 12. Abubakar expressed interest in running for the gubernatorial seat of Adamawa State under the United Nigeria Congress Party after the death of General Sani Abacha on June 12, but the transition program came to a stop with General Abacha's death. Abubakar joined the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in 1998 and was later nominated for Governor of Adamawa State, which he won in December 1998. But, before he could be sworn in, he took a position as running mate to PDP presidential candidate and former military head of state General Olusegun Obasanjo, who went on to win the 1999 presidential election and usher in the Fourth Nigerian Republic. Abubakar was sworn in as Vice President of Nigeria on May 29, 1999. His first tenure was defined by his function as Chairman of the National Economic Council and Head of the National Council on Privatization, where he and Nasir El-Rufai oversaw the sale of hundreds of loss-making and badly managed government firms. President Obasanjo and Abubakar had a tumultuous relationship during Abubakar's second stint as vice president. In 2006, Abubakar had a public spat with his boss, President Olusegun Obasanjo, reportedly over the latter's attempt to modify key articles of the constitution in order to run for president again, third-term agenda. The unsuccessful constitutional amendment sparked a schism within the People's Democratic Party for a brief period. The measures allowing Obasanjo to seek for another term were subsequently defeated by the National Assembly. In 2006, Abubakar had a falling out with his boss, Olusegun Obasanjo, and switched parties to the Action Congress of Nigeria, ACN, in preparation for the 2007 elections. In a November 2013 interview, Abubakar was quoted as saying about Obasanjo's alleged attempts to justify his third-term bid, "I left power 20 years ago. I left Mubarak in office. I left Mugabe in office. I left Adama in office. I left Umar Bongo in office, and even Paul Biya in office, and I came back, and they are still in power. And I just did 8 years, and you are asking me to leave. Why?" He explained. And I told him that Nigeria is not Libya, Egypt, Cameroon, or Togo, and that he ought to go. even if it meant losing both of our jobs. A team from the Northern Youth Leaders Forum visited Obasanjo at his house in Abeokuta on March 30, 2014, and appealed with him to forgive your former vice president, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, of whatever political sin or transgression he could have committed against you, according to Nigerian media. As a leader and father, I have no malice towards anyone, Obasanjo is reported as saying, and if there is, I have forgiven them all. Abubakar announced his presidential candidacy on November 25, 2006. He was chosen as the Action Congress presidential candidate on December 20, 2006. The Independent National Electoral Commission issued the final list of 24 presidential candidates on March 14, 2007. The ballot did not include Abubakar's name. INEC stated that Abubakar's name was missing because he was named on a list of people charged for corruption by a government-appointed body. On March 16, Abubakar went to court to get his disqualification overturned. On April 16, the Supreme Court unanimously found that INEC lacked the authority to dismiss candidates. The verdict permitted Abubakar to run in the race, despite worries that ballots bearing Abubakar's name would not be available before the polls deadline of April 21. On April 17, an INEC spokesman stated that Abubakar would be on the ballot. Abubakar came in third place with about 7% of the vote, behind PDP candidate Umaru Yar'Adua and ANPP candidate Muhammadu Buhari, according to official figures, 2.6 million votes. Abubakar slammed the poll results and demanded a rerun, calling it Nigeria's worst election ever. He announced that he would not attend Umaru Yar'Adua's inauguration on May 29 because he did not want to dignify such a meaningless right with my participation, because the election was not credible. Abubakar rejoined the People's Democratic Party after the 2007 elections. He announced his desire to run for president in October 2010. On November 22, a Northern Elders Committee chose him over former military president Ibrahim Babangida, former National Security Advisor Aliyu Gusau, and Kwara State Governor Bukola Saraki as the Northern Consensus candidate. Abubakar ran for president of his party's ticket alongside President Jonathan and Sarah Jubril in January 2011, but lost the primary, receiving 805 votes to President Jonathan's 2,736. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) registered two new political parties in August of 2013. The People's Democratic Movement was one of them. According to local media reports, Abubakar founded the party as a backup plan in case he was unable to realize his speculated presidential ambitions on the PDP platform. Abubakar confirmed in a statement that the PDM was created by his political allies, but that he remained a PDP member. After defeating 12 other candidates in a hotly contested presidential primary held at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja on May 28, 2022, Atiku Abubakar emerged as the People's Democratic Party's presidential candidate for the 2023 election. He received 371 votes out of the 767 votes cast in the election, while his closest rival, Governor of Rivers State Nyesom Wike, received 237 votes. Bukola Saraki, Nigeria's former Senate president, came in third with 70 votes, while Udom Emmanuel, the governor of Akwa Ibom, came in fourth with 38 votes. On February 2, 2014, Abubakar resigned from the People's Democratic Party and joined the All Progressives Congress as a founding member, with the goal of running for president in the 2015 presidential election. Muhammadu Buhari received 3,430 votes. Rabiu Kwankwaso received 974 votes, Atiku Abubakar received 954 votes, Rochas Okorocha received 400 votes, and Sam Nda Isaiah received 10 votes in the APC presidential primaries held in Lagos. Abubakar announced his departure from the All Progressives Congress (APC) on Friday, November 24, 2017, and returned to the People's Democratic Party (PDP) on December 3, 2017. He stated that now that the difficulties that caused him to leave the party have been settled, he has decided to return home to the PDP. Abubakar started his presidential campaign in 2018 and won the PDP's party ticket in the presidential primaries held in Port Harcourt on October 7, 2018. He defeated all other candidates and received 1,532 votes, 839 more than the runner-up, Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal. Atiku Abubakar's campaign rally in Kogi State resumed, with the former vice president promising to finish unfinished projects in the state. On the 30th of January, he took part in a town hall gathering dubbed #NG the Candidate. He also promised to provide amnesty to looters and to privatize 90% of NNPC, Nigeria's principal source of revenue, during the meeting. On the 7th of February 2019, Atiku visited the Emir of Daura in Katsina as part of his campaign. Atiku lost the presidential election to current President Muhammadu Buhari by over 3 million votes on February 27, 2019. The election was regarded as the worst in Nigeria's democratic history. In a petition to the Supreme Court in 2017, Abubakar began the True Federalism campaign. He has been giving speeches all throughout Nigeria, encouraging Nigerians to reorganize their country. For his position on true federalism, he has received a lot of support. He recently stated this at an event where he was honored with the Hall of Grace magazine's Hero of Democracy Award. Political decentralization will also contribute to the deepening and strengthening of our democracy by encouraging more accountability. When governments spend their tax money rather than rent obtained from an impersonal source, citizens are more likely to demand accountability. True federalism will encourage states to compete for investments and skilled personnel rather than relying on Abuja's monthly cash allocation, he added. Many of his comments have sparked widespread support for true federalism, which entails allowing states to exercise authority over their resources, particularly in Nigeria's south-south and southeast regions. Abubakar is a passionate defender of the value of Nigeria's educational system. In his lectures and remarks, he founded the American University of Nigeria, AUN, in Yola, Adamawa, as well. Abubakar established the American University of Nigeria, AUN, in Yola, Adamawa State's capital, in 2005. He has stated that having profited from the American educational system as a young man, he was keen to bring an American-styled faculty to Nigeria. Critical thinking, small classes, student interaction, and problem-solving would all be emphasized. Our country's educational institutions are definitely not providing excellent learning, Abubakar remarked in a statement in August 2014. Our teachers must be educated. This is a relatively recent development. About 10 years ago, Nigeria's gradual fall in education reflects our country's relegation of education to the back burner of national priorities. That is where the transformation must start. Teachers are crucial, just like senators and physicians. Teachers do, in fact, influence the quality of senators and doctors. As a result, the country as a whole will be affected by this carelessness in the future. Nigeria needs to prioritize education once more. We need to get back to basics. Abubakar awarded scholarships to 15 Chibok schoolgirls who escaped the kidnapping in an effort to combat educational decadence in the Northeast. Along with William Jefferson and one of Atiku's wives, Jennifer Atiku Abubakar, Atiku was involved in an international bribery scandal. Following reports from pundits that Atiku was unable to visit the United States, the U.S. government issued a statement in January 2017 stating that it would require the politician's approval before disclosing the true situation of his immigration status to the U.S. The genuine explanation, according to Abubakar, is that his visa is still being processed. However, Atiku, along with Bukola Saraki, recently visited the United States with the help of Brian Ballard on January 17, 2019. Abubakar was bestowed the Turaki of Adamawa chieftaincy title by his future father-in-law, Adamawa's traditional ruler Alhaji Aliyu Mustafa, in 1982. Because the bearer is in charge of the monarch's household affairs, the title was historically reserved for the monarch's favorite prince in the palace. Abubakar gave his son Aliyu the chieftaincy title of Waziri of Adamawa in June 2017, and his former title of Turaki was passed to him. In 2011, the National Peace Corps Association, NPCA, an independent 501(c)(3) non-profit organization that serves as an alumni association for returned Peace Corps volunteers, honored Abubakar with the Harris Wofford Global Citizen Award as part of the U.S. Peace Corps 50th anniversary celebrations. The National Peace Corps Association recognized Abubakar as one individual who contributed to the growth of higher education on the continent of Africa when presenting the award. No private African businessman has worked harder for democracy or given more to higher education advancement than Atiku Abubakar, according to the NPCA. This came after Abubakar donated $750,000 to the National Peace Corps Association in the United States in 2012, to sponsor a new effort featuring global leaders who would explore the impact of the Peace Corps. It was the association's largest single donation in its history.